Everyone, good afternoon. I'm back again to create another yummy-licious, delicious meal for you all. Today I'm going to prepare kublo pulao or Afghan rice. The story behind this actually is just that I am from DC originally, and one thing I enjoy about living there is just the ethnic restaurants and cultural, dining places that can enhance your palate. And now I live down in the South, and needless to say, we don't have as many options. So I have had to learn to recreate and to find recipes of some of my favorite dishes back home. So that being said, this is, like I said, Afghan rice. That's the easy way to say it, which is one of my favorite dishes at an Afghan restaurant I went to back in Virginia. The ingredients you see here, it's all going in there. As you guys know, I'll have all that listed for you. I've already chopped up one onion here, and all the spices that you see back here, I went ahead and blended them. We try to work hard, not smart. So instead of when it's time to add all the seasonings, having to go through each bottle, you just go ahead and kind of make a little spice mix right there. Washed and cleaned the chicken, and then just seasoned it with some salt and pepper. So I have two pots going here. The first one, the red one, I'm going to go ahead and start frying the onions, and the black one, I'm going to start frying the chicken, and we'll see each other back in a few. This is how your onions should look. You want to brown them until they get nice and golden brown. And then with the chicken, you're just going to brown it right now. You're not cooking it all the way through. So you're going to brown it on each side. And then if you have to do that in batches, that's fine. I'm doing about 5 pounds of chicken. I'll put the recipe again below, and it'll be for, if you wanted to just serve about 4 or 6. I'm cooking for a large number, so of course I had to make a little extra. Alright, so as you can see, we have finished browning up all the chicken, and so now we have the chicken and the browned, nice caramelized kind of onions all going here together. And what we're going to do is that spice mixture we have here, we're going to sprinkle that on top. And we're going to add in about 2 cups of water. I wish you could smell this. It smells so good. So the ingredients, the spices we have is cardamom, cinnamon, and cumin. If you don't have, it's basically the same as garam masala, so you can find that, or if you don't see that, then you can get those 3 spices and come up with your own blend. And there's also salt in there as well. So what I'm going to do is put the lid on this, of course, stir it up, put the lid on, and you're going to let it boil in those seasonings. For chicken, I would say a good half hour, because it doesn't take that long to cook. If you're going to use beef or lamb, you're going to want to let it go longer. I would recommend about an hour. So as that boils, I'm going to show you what we're going to do with those carrots and raisins, because of course you want everything to kind of come together at the same time. So you're not going to wait for the chicken to cook and then do the carrots and then do the raisins. That's going to take a long time. So we're going to let this boil. I'm going to do the carrots and raisins. I'll show you that. I already have washed my rice. Just rinse. I usually rinse my rice off about 3 times to get that starch off of it. And what's going to happen is once the chicken has cooked, we're going to pull that out, and then we're going to cook the rice in the juice of the chicken with all those yummy flavors. So it's going to be really good. So give me a minute to kind of bring some things back together, get a skillet going for those carrots, and we'll talk back shortly. It smells so good in here, guys. So I have the carrots, about that whole bag that you saw in the picture. The bag of carrots are in here. You're going to use about a quarter cup of oil. Not too much. You can always use less, but what you're doing is you're going to have the carrots brown, and then you see the raisins back here are getting nice and plump. As soon as they plump up, you can just go ahead and pull them out and set them to the side. So we have both of those going. Oh, and you sprinkle a tablespoon of sugar on the carrots. Of course, raisins are already sweet, so you could use a little less with the raisins. That's totally up to you. And then, ooh, you see this thing? We have the chicken going over here. Although it's boiling, you want to go ahead and stir it occasionally to make sure that your onions are not sticking to the bottom of your pan. And I always go in underneath so that you don't tear your meat. Just give that a nice stir. Everything's going really good there. Put the lid back on. You got about, like I said, I was going to have this boil for about 30 minutes, so we're at the halfway point. The raisins look like they're about done, so we'll pull those out, put them into the bowl, and put on the side. And again with the carrots, if they're not browning up for you quite the way you want, you can always put a lid over them. I usually do. Kind of trap in that moisture so that they'll go ahead and brown.